Hello everyone. In this video, we'll try to write a Scilab code to get DFT of a sync function. Before we approach to write the code, we will see what is a sync function and where we use this sync function. So if you just search for sync function and if you open Wikipedia on sync function, in mathematics, sync function is defined as SINC is equal to sin x by x, whereas in digital signal processing, sync x is given by sin pi into x divided by pi into x. Basically, when x is equal to 0, this becomes 0 by 0 form. In that case, we have to use limit definition, where limit x tends to 0 sin ax by ax, which we will end up with 1. Okay, so how does the sync function looks like? Here if you look at this figure, the red one is actually sync function of sin x by x, whereas the blue one is the sync function of sin pi x by pi x. Fine. So now we shall see what is this DFT of a sync function. So we are trying to find DFT of sync function. So CLC clear close, right? Will define n varying from where to where, in the sense, so this value. So I'll define this from minus 10 to 10 in steps of 0.1. Okay, so x-axis I'm defining in a variable called as n, so varying from minus 10 to 10, minus 10 to 10 in a steps of 0.1. We'll define a variable called as s. This parameter will change the width of the sync function. When I say width of the sync function, so this width, the distance between this to this, the major lobe, right? Now for I varying from 1 to length of n, since I am defining a sync function and the formula for the sync function is what? Sin pi x by pi x. So sin pi x by pi x, and I am saving that sync function in variable x. Okay, for the value at x equal to 0, sync of 0 is what? It is 1. So the value at x equal to 0, the value at x equal to 0 is what? It is 1. So we will define that now. If n of I is equal to 0, so what is that? What is the value of sync function at x is equal to 0 here? At value at n equal to 0, it is what I'll do, I'll save it in x. So x of I is equal to 1. Okay, else x of I is equal to sin of pi into n of I. Since we are dividing it element by element, so it is dot divided by pi into n of I. Now we'll end the if statement. This end is for if statement and this end is for statement. Okay, so this for statement will generate the sync function. So we'll try to display it. Figure of 1. Since it's a discrete time, so I'll write it as plot 2d3 of so n with respect to n, right? So n with respect to n, comma, x-axis is n, comma, y-axis is x. Fine. Now we will have the title for it. Title sync function X label, so it is n. Y label, it is x of n. You will save it and run it. So save. So save it in your working directory, dft of sync to dft of dft underscore sync. Fine. So this is how the sync function looks like. Now as I told you, so this S will change the width of this sync function, right? The major lobe. So where do we use this S? We have to use this X here. So I'll multiply one more parameter at the denominator after pi, and I'll multiply one more parameter at the numerator. So I'll multiplying both in numerator as well as denominator. Now since S is equal to 1, if I run it, so nothing has changed because S is just 1. So if I make it as 0.5, so if you observe, the width got increased. If I make it as 0.2, see, if it is below 1, so width will increase. If it is above 1, so instead of 0.2, if I give 1.5, so width will decrease. See, if width has been decreased here. Okay, so this S is to vary the width of the sync function. So I'll just change it to 1. In case if you want to vary the width, you change this number. Okay. So now, so defining the sync function is done. Now I need to take its DFT. So this we have discussed, right? So how do we take DFT? Capital X is equal to FFT of small letter x, where capital X stands for x of k and small letter x stands for x of n. And what is there in our x of n? We have that sync function, right? Now displaying just a complex number x of k does not make any sense. So what we will do, we have to take its absolute or magnitude. So magnitude of x of k is equal to ABS of capital X. Okay. Now I'll put it in. What I'll do, I'll make it as subplot and I'll plot one below the other. Okay, so that it's easy for us to compare. So subplot. So we have two figures, two rows, one column in first figure. So this has to be, I have to keep it above, Control B. So this is in first figure. Now next subplot, two rows, one column in the second figure. So plot 2d3 of, so this is n, and since in DFT n is equal to k, what I'll do, so since n is varying from -10 to 10, so I'll just equate n is equal to k here. Okay, so k or k is equal to n. Now with respect to k, I will define or I will plot x of k, which is x underscore mac. Let me define the title. So what is the title? DFT of sync function. X label is k. Y label is magnitude of x of k. Let me run the program. As I told you, the DFT of a sync function is rectangular pulse, but this is not looking as a rectangular pulse. Why? Because of the symmetry property, because this is actually complex conjugate of this number, right? Since we are taking magnitude, so we have the same, whatever you are getting here, same as here. So for that, so I have to perform one more operation called as FFT shift in the plot. So FFT shift of X mag. So I'll do FFT shift of X mag. Now if I run, see, so those two complex conjugate values now just combine. So this looks like a triangular waveform, right? So basically DFT of a sinc function is a not triangular, I'm sorry. So this looks like a rectangular pulse, right? So basically DFT of a sinc function is a rectangular pulse. Now the thing you need to observe here is, if you change the width of this sinc function, accordingly the width of the rectangular pulse also will change. For example, so if I make, just observe the figure now, just observe the figure now, width is almost, this width and this width is almost same, but if I change S2 S1 to 0.5, see what happened. If the width of the sinc function in time domain increases, the width of the rectangular pulse in frequency domain will decrease, and this is the same as for width lesser. So if the width of the sinc function is decreases, width of the rectangular pulse will increase. Okay, so since f is equal to 1 by t or t is equal to 1 by f, if this decreases, this will increase. If this increases, width here will decrease. Okay, so this is about finding DFT of a sinc function.